everybody, and welcome to Wire Talk. I'm Emily, your host, and I'm so glad you decided to listen to Wire Talk today. It's going to be a fun episode today with Mom. Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning. You look so pretty in your pink.
Oh, thank you.
With our beautiful wallpaper in the back. Do you think it's too bright?
No, I don't think it's too bright, but I do have to plan my outfits a little bit more.
Yeah, we have to. Y'all, it's such a busy pattern. But it is really popping, and I love that.
It looks really good, yeah.
Somebody said, it's very you, Karen. And I'm like, I know, it's loud and bright. But anyways, I'm excited. This month of July, we are doing re-airs for the Wire Talk because we're giving ourselves a break and also the moms a break, but we're bringing back the best of the best.
Oh, love that.
So today, our episode is on saying yes for the best for your family. The best yes for your family.
And I think that's so good, especially in these summer months where there's so much going on.
Yes.
You have to pick what is good for you. Do you like a planned out calendar? Do you like a more chilled calendar? What do your kids need? Do they want to go, go, go? Do you need time to yourself?
Right.
What does your family need?
Well, and I know even your dad and I, we were different. Like Greg would take his vacation in the summer. So he basically had June and July off. And he wanted to jam. Do you remember this growing up? Jam pack every second of the summer.
Yeah.
And it was just too much for me. And I just said, Greg, you're not even giving me a week to come home, unpack, do the laundry, get it all done. And then we're going again. And I said, I just can't keep this pace up.
Yes.
So I think even that can be what is the best yes for everyone involved in the family.
Absolutely. And this Brian is kind of like Dad. He likes to go, go, go. And he loves to travel. And I just said, hey, babe, I love that you're getting to travel in June. And we did our family vacation with you guys in May, which was fabulous. But he's like, let's go to Florida in July. And I was like, I will be 34 weeks pregnant and I don't necessarily want to drive.
That's a hard
8 hours in the car. Also, you don't want me to drive 8 hours because I'm going to stop every 30 minutes to pee. So,
well, not only that, Florida's so hot in July.
Hot. So
you might as well be on the sun.
And that was hard for him because he loves to travel. And I was like, but it's just for this season. We're not going on a vacation this season.
But you have to have these conversations.
Yes.
This episode is a great sort of looking into that. How do you make those hard decisions and how do you navigate through it? So let's get started and listen to it.
Hope you enjoy it. Well, hello and welcome to Wire Talk. I'm Emily, your co-host, and with me is my mom, Karen. Hey, Mom.
Hi, Emily. How are you?
I'm good. We're pretty in pink today.
Ooh, I love it. I'm a little brighter shade than you are.
I know. I'm a little paler pink, but I do feel like when I wear pink or when you wear pink, we wear it together, which I think is funny.
Because we really don't coordinate our outfits
I even asked you yesterday. I was like, what do you have planned? And you said, I don't know. And I was like, well, me neither. Hopefully this works. So, but yes, my top is from one of my sweet friends, Mackenzie. She got it for me for my birthday. So,
hey, Mackenzie. She's an avid Birds on a Wire listener.
I know.
Well, your hair's looking fabulous.
Well, thank you. I washed it today and I dried it. So, put on deodorant and everything for you. I just said, let's get ready from head to toe, everybody.
I feel so special.
You should, because usually it's in a mom hot bun or a claw clip or but just really stepping it up for the birds today.
I love it. Well, it's September. Can you believe that?
No. Do you know what that means?
That means it's Grayson's birthday.
Yes, my little gray baby. He's turning 4 on September 11th.
Wow.
And then Harper will turn 6 in October. So I'm about to have a 4 and a 6-year-old, which is mind-blowing.
Well, I wonder how we're recording in July for our September episode. So I wonder how Harper's doing in kindergarten. I bet she's loving it.
Well, I'll give you guys an update in October because then we will be fully in it. And I think she's going to do great. She's ready.
She's very excited.
And we pass her school every day. And so every single time we pray, we say, hi, Harper's school. And we say, we're praying for you and praying for your teachers and the students because it's a good reminder for me. I can cover the school with prayers over the teachers and the students in her year. And then I just have to open my hands and let God do the rest.
Yeah. Are you a little nervous about her going to kindergarten?
Mom, I'm just praying that my hands are open and God's going to do the rest. No, I think with every mom, it's a new season. And I am definitely the hardest thing for me, I think, is Harper is such... She doesn't like me asking about how her day is. So, and she tells me the weirdest things at the weirdest times. So I just hope that she tells me about her day.
Yeah.
And so, because if not, then I really will not have any idea how her day is going.
Yeah.
Because I'm going from a preschool who we get weekly emails and pictures throughout the day, and it's so nice. And then I'm getting thrown into kindergarten, which it's not the teacher's first priority to take pictures and send me like that's what I have to tell myself. If she's not sending pictures, then that means she's teaching. She's teaching and she's loving on my baby, and I just have to trust that she's okay.
Let it go.
So I really do think I'm in a good space.
Well, good. What else September brings is we're doing a new teachable curriculum.
Yes, we are.
So in the past, we've done Mom Matters, and now Mom Core. Yeah. So sorry. Yes. In the past, we've done Mom Core curriculum, but now this September, we are launching a new teachable survival guide to motherhood. It's going to be from ages 0 to 5 years old. So what that means is moms can do this curriculum. They can download it and they'll have it forever.
Which is such a nice feature about Teachable.
Absolutely.
So nice.
It's got all the videos, all the discussion questions. You can do it by yourself or you can do it with friends. And you and I were talking earlier that you've got a friend in Texas and a friend in Tennessee, and you're going to suggest that because all your kids are between that 0 to 5 year old range.
Absolutely.
Y'all do it together, even though you're in 3 different states, and that's a way y'all can continue your community.
We're in 3 different states and then 3 different stages as well as motherhood.
I love that.
So I know they've been sweet friends since college, but we all are from different states. So.
I love it. So if you are a Wire Talk listener, we want to give you a discount code, a coupon code. So whenever we're going to put the link in the notes, the show notes, and just go in there and type in under coupon code THRIVE, THRIVE, all caps.
And you'll get $10 off, right?
$10 off, yeah.
So, and if you have never used Teachable, it's such an easy platform. You're going to love it. And what I like is a new session drops every week.
Yeah.
A new module. That's what they call it. A new module will drop every week, but you will have it forever. So even if you buy it in September and you don't use it till January, you'll still have it, which is so nice. It's a really awesome platform. But I think this is the perfect time. Let's just say you're going into the new preschool year and you meet a couple of moms like, hey, I'm going to do this. You can do it by yourself or you can do it with a couple moms too, which is nice.
But I think they'll really enjoy it.
So well, what are we talking about today on Wire Talk, Mom?
Today we're talking about don't overcommit this season. And that's a hard one because us mamas, we like to pack our calendars full.
We do.
Because somebody has started in our culture that we have to be busy, busy, busy.
Sometimes like a badge of honor. Oh, I'm busy. I'm busy.
And it's not always a good thing.
Not always a good thing.
So let's get to the questions because these are really good questions.
They are. And I love the way the first question is signed, the end of it.
Let's do it.
Okay. Question 1. I'm a mom of three, ages 8, 6, and 3. And between soccer practice, 8 years old, dance lessons for the 6-year-old, and school schedules, our family schedule is packed. My husband and I both work, and it feels like that we're always rushing from one thing to the next without any downtime. I was recently asked to lead a small group for moms at church. I love your curriculum and really want to encourage the moms around me, but it feels like one more thing. How can I say no? Thank you, a busy mom in Ohio.
I love that. Well, hey there, busy mom in Ohio. Here's my answer, and it's sort of hard for me to give because what you're saying no to is the thing that I'm the most passionate about. Birds on a wire, but just because I'm passionate about it doesn't mean it's the right timing in your life. And so just tell your sweet mama friends, I can't do this right now. My schedule is just tapped out, but there is a thing called Teachable that you guys can do on your own. And if you want, we can do the discussion questions as a group through text, or we could do a Zoom call once a week or whatever, if that's easier. Also, another thing you could do is you could say, I can't do it this fall because my son is in soccer and my daughter's in dance, but maybe in January, if y'all want to wait, I'm happy to start a group then because soccer won't be going on or whatever. So, but I just think we all have to decide what is the thing that I'm the most passionate about. And I'm sure for you, it's your family and your marriage and all of that. And Birds on a Wire just doesn't fit right now in this season. And that's okay. I was a MOPS leader one time and it fit great in my season when I just had 2 children. And then I had Taylor and it didn't work anymore. So I had to stop and just be like, as much as I love this, I just cannot fit it into my schedule. I'm running around too crazy. So,
and I think you told me one time it was a busy season and for me, and just with the ages of my kids, you told me, you're like, Emily, it's okay to say no.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you sure? I'm going to hurt people's feelings. And you said, it's okay. You can say no.
Yeah.
And I did feel so much peace when I did say no.
Well, it just gives you some margin in your time. And she's already stressed. You don't need to add on another thing, even if it's the most wonderful thing in the world, and that's birds on a wire.
Just tell me we can all go to Mexican one time, and then you can encourage them that way.
That's right. So.
Do summer days have you dreaming of your next getaway, Mama? Well, imagine this, your 2026 girls trip, but make it on a ship with an amazing pool, endless food you didn't have to cook, no dishes, no responsibilities, and a beach waiting at every stop. Add in some worship, laughter, and teaching that empowers you to be a more confident mom, and you've got Soar at Sea, a 3-day cruise with Karen Stubbs, happening February 20th to 23rd, 2026. It's one of those once-in-a-lifetime trips that everyone's glad they said yes to, and it's about the same cost as your usual girls' getaway. We still have space, so gather your crew and register today at soaratsea.com. That's soaratsea.com.
Question number 2, moving along. My 2 boys, ages 11 and 9, have been playing soccer since they were 5. They absolutely love it and I love watching them play. However, between the team costs, travel expenses, and the constant weekends away, my husband and I are feeling overwhelmed and stretched thin. How do we balance supporting our kids' passions with the realities of our family's budgets and time constraints? Is it okay to say no to something that they love? Or are there seasons when you just suck it up and do it because it doesn't last forever? Realistically, if we quit and just do a rec program, they won't make the high school team in our city.
Well, this one's hard because every family has to decide what works for them. And honestly, only she and her husband know exactly what they can afford and what they cannot afford. And travel ball is expensive. I mean, we all know that. And it's a time sucker. We all know that. And so I just look at it like you have to sit down with your husband and decide, can we afford this?
Yeah.
Not only can we afford this money-wise, but can we afford this in our relationships? Because if we're always on the road, I know parents say, well, it's quality time within the family. I would really examine that. I mean, is it? You know what I'm saying? If they're on the ball field all the time, then it may not be the best use of their time. But every family has to decide that together. But let's just say you decide we cannot afford it. I would go to the boys and I would just say, hey, we're going to take a break from travel ball for 1 year. And during that year, Dad and I are going to, reassess everything, save up for another year of travel ball. And you can still play rec ball. You can keep up your conditioning and running and all that. And then I would just use that year to really evaluate, like, was this time off from travel ball, was it helpful to our family? Did it help us get more connected? Where are we on this? And the way I always looked at sports with all of y'all, I wanted y'all to do what you loved. You loved horses.
I did.
And you were on the equestrian team at your high school all 4 years. And most of the girls on your team had their own horse. And they had extra lessons and all that. And you wanted your own horse. You wanted extra lessons. But a lot of times, what did I tell you?
We can't afford it.
Can't afford it. I'm so sorry. We'd love to give you a horse, but it's just not in the cards because we knew college was coming up. And we could either invest in the horse now or invest in your college later. And we chose college. And I think you're glad that we chose that because you were able to go to Auburn.
I am.
So, but it was hard at the time to tell you no. Taylor loved to play golf. He was on the golf team from 7th grade on. And most of his peers belonged to a country club. They got to play as much as they wanted, and he loved that. But we just told him, we're not joining a country club. It's not in the cards for our family. So you can go to the public course. You can play as much as you want there. But we're not joining a country club.
Can't do it.
And the other thing your dad and I both realized is Emily's probably not going to ever ride for an equestrian team at the college level. She's not going to go to the Olympics with this, and neither is Taylor. So, that's okay. And y'all still got to do your passion. You still got to, do it at a level that you were comfortable with. You didn't have a horse. You didn't join a golf club, but
we still enjoyed it and made the most of our time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would your practical tip for this mom be this week moving forward?
I think you just have to really evaluate and just ask yourself the hard questions. Is this the best yes for our family?
Is this the best yes for our family? Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And if the answer is no, don't feel guilty. Mm-hmm. Just know that you're doing the best for your family.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Yep.
All right, moving right along. Number 3, I'm completely overwhelmed with my current schedule. Between managing the kids' activities, household responsibilities, and work, it seems like there's never a moment left for me. By the time the day is over, I'm exhausted and have nothing left to give to my husband, if you know what I mean. I want to prioritize our relationship, but I just don't have the energy for it. Did you ever have a season like this? And if so, how did you manage to stay connected to Greg?
Well, I had lots of seasons of where I felt overwhelmed, for sure.
Right.
I think the difference between me was Greg traveled so much that he always remained at the top of my schedule because I was so afraid that if I let that relationship slip, it would be a slippery slope and we'd never get it back. So Greg always stayed at the top no matter what. And the other thing that I realized was Greg would inadvertently pour into me.
Yeah.
And that would help me be a better mom. So I would just really push for date nights or weekend trips or whatever to stay connected to him, because once that happened, I felt like I was a better mom for y'all, if that makes any sense.
It does.
Whatsoever. But to help this mom, were you going to say something?
Oh, I was going to say, I don't think I understood it now. Like back then when I was, like when y'all would go away, and y'all wouldn't go anywhere crazy, but like for one night, y'all would go to like Alpharetta or something.
Yeah.
And we would all pitch a fit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I don't think I understand it now, but as a mom, I do understand it now.
Yeah.
And how just spending that time with Brian is so important for us and for our family, because we both come back with our cups filled and we're better parents and better married together.
Yeah. And the way I explained it to the kids is, to y'all, I would say it's important that Dad and I invest in each other because that helps keep our marriage long, which is in the long run the best for you guys. So as the mom, this is my practical. You got to think of your time and divide it into 3 different buckets: your non-negotiables, your essentials, and the bonus. And sometimes all of us get that list upside down. The activities, which in my opinion needs to be bonus, ends up running the family. The activities ends up being the non-negotiables, when in reality, the non-negotiables need to be yourself, your husband, and your children in that order. And I'm even going to put yourself above your husband because you are pouring out all the time and you have got to keep yourself at the top of your priority list. Otherwise, you're just going to give out and you're going to be exactly where this mom is, completely exhausted to where she's not doing anybody any good. And she doesn't like it. Of course she doesn't, because it's really hard. So what are your non-negotiables? What are your essentials? And what are your bonus? And just ask yourself the hard questions to get them in the right order.
You can do it, Mama.
She can do it. I believe in her.
Okay. Next and final question.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right. Question 4. I'm a stay-at-home mom with 2 kids, ages 3 and 5. Right now, our schedule is relatively simple, but I'm already feeling a bit anxious about the future. I've noticed that as they get older, more activities and play dates seem to start filling up our calendar. I want to be intentional about managing their time and making sure they have room for unstructured play and family time. How can I set boundaries now to avoid getting overwhelmed by commitments as they grow? What steps can I take to ensure we don't fall into trapping ourselves into overcommitting, even though we're not there yet?
I love that. Well, this mom is very intentional and I love her intentionality. So I just say stay with that. You know, every few months, take a look at your calendar and say, okay, what are my non-negotiables? What are my essentials? What are my bonuses? And whenever you start to feel it get out of balance, just think, okay, what can I take away? I've added this in. What can I take away? I did this throughout my parenting journey. You know, I would go from full stay-at-home mom. Then I started working at the church part-time. I ended up going to full-time. And then I said, nope, I can't do this. I went back to part-time, you know, and I just always kept in mind the barometer of the family and how it was working and managing. Because of Greg's schedule traveling so much, I was like, I don't want to get so activity focused that I lose the dynamics in the home, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, for sure.
But as y'all grew, obviously middle school, high school activities increased and all that. And I wanted y'all to do those things. And so I tried to make it work.
Right.
But you always have to ask yourself, is this the best use of all of our time?
And like you said earlier, is this the best yes for our family?
That's right. And my yes is going to be different from other people's yes. Mm-hmm. So because Greg traveled, that always was part of our equation.
Yeah. I think that's something that I'm going to write down. Is this the best yes for my family? And this knowing let's just use me and Kelsey.
Yeah.
The best yes for Kelsey may be completely different than the best yes for me. And that's okay.
That's okay.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because we're different. We have different ages of our children. We have Kelsey is a red, blue. I'm a green, yellow. Different things fill my cup that fill her cup. And I think you just have to take the weight of the world off of your shoulders and be like, they're going to think of me differently and just do what's best.
Well, the other thing I think we have to keep in mind is some people are just higher capacity people.
Yes.
They can just run at a faster pace and it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Whenever that pace may be too much for the other person. Like I look at me and my sister, Ricky, like I am a higher capacity person than Ricky. Mm-hmm. It's not a slight against Ricky.
Right.
Ricky does things with a lot more excellence than I do. But she runs at a very much slower pace. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
And so for me, I run at a fast pace, but I don't dot all my I's, cross all my T's all the time.
That's very true.
Yeah, but Ricky does. And she's very intentional. And she knows herself and she does not overcommit. When she starts to overcommit, she goes, this is too much for me.
That's good for her.
Yeah. So, and I way overcommit sometimes.
Sometimes too.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's okay.
It's okay. We
all have to do it our way.
Well, moms, that's it for us today. So as this week continues, we hope and pray that you reevaluate your schedule and think, what is the best yes for my family? What is the best yes for me in my capacity as a mom, as a parent, as a wife, wherever you are? So if you enjoyed this podcast, please like, share, and subscribe so other people can hear about it. And we will see you guys back next Tuesday for another Wire Talk. See ya.
Bye.